This will be the way the email looks when it's received in the email browser. As you see, I'm in Chrome, Gmail. So the way the links have been set up is there's a link that goes to the corresponding bhgre.com property page, which has full descriptions, all the things that are on the MLS, and also I've linked the listing agent box. This particular box links to the agent's website themselves. Okay, I'll show you the sources later, but just a general overview, and everything else is in there. I take the MLS picture and add this verbiage, and we could link that particular object if we want, but otherwise they're all pretty much set up. Notice it's seemingly random placement of the banner that's on here. I chose that it was necessary to kind of not obscure something that's important as in the picture with a rather large button. So I kind of picked that place. This one could have been down here just as easy, but everybody understands that's blue sky. And anyway, obviously these are the other properties, and then I've included coming soon. The source for that is the MLS also, and you'll see that it doesn't have an actual MLS number assigned. I've also included the homes for lease. The input for that is the listing sheet that Patty sends out, or wherever it comes from, whoever sends it out, because there's actually 3 different people that could be producing it. And then I've linked the same thing. I created this listing agent one because without a retail listing on BHGRE, you don't get this box. I thought it was convenient because it has a similar type style to it, to what we have, but it also keeps these pieces of data, which are very important, of course. Her phone number and her DRE number. We know those are important. Those have to be correct, and this one just assures that continuity. Also, I pulled the MLS, on the MLS, these 3 properties that are commercial properties that heretofore didn't get much press, and then I have linked these to the appropriate, in this case it's a land which is on the BHGRE. Okay, this one here is also on BHGRE, but this one comes out to hopefully the LoopNet link, and yes, indeed, that is the right one. It's a co-listing with John Ahern, and in almost every case, so far, much to my protesting, they only list the primary agent, if they want to call it that. So back to the email. The rest of it, as you see, is, I'm going to show you, it's pretty much a string, a pretty long one. Before it's all said and done, there's quite a bit of scrolling, and as we get more listings, which I expect to have increasing here quickly, as we get more, we can go to a 2-column format of the same look. I found that the 2-column format was difficult to view on mobile devices, and my stats show that about half of all of these emails are read on mobile devices, so I want to make sure we stay responsive to that particular format. So there you go. That's it. Okay, so once you're logged into Paragon, the way to check for what is on our Office MLS, we go to Active over here. Click on that. And we will load the entire list. It doesn't load very fast. They haven't got the fastest server in the world. Anyway, so there they are, 1 to 10, including this one here, which is coming soon. That's how you can tell if it's coming soon. You see the picture count usually is undefined. Also, the information about the broker is typically empty. Other parts can be wrong, but as you see, it's different. And this corroborates the list that comes from our email that Eileen, in this case, talks about a coming soon. However, there is no coming soon for some of the other listings, like Cindy's. Cindy Gee has one coming up that is not on the MLS yet. So when she posts a photo up in MLS, it'll be here to be included in the coming soon. So when we see a listing that we don't have our particular details for example, Rosemary Yandell, we click on the MLS number itself, and that is the listing. Click on the photo, and don't fall for this photo. Go to full image up here. Take that image and pull it down. It's going to be about 1280 pixels wide, so it needs to be resized, but that's what you want to work with rather than trying to enlarge a photo, which the other one is. The other ones are just thumbnails and they won't be large enough. As you know, when you try to enlarge a JPEG, it typically has pixelation and you lose clarity. So there's that, and we'll close that window, and let's see if there's any more that, let's go back to the home monitor, and let's see, Innisbrook. These are the 3 listings that are listed as John Ahern. You'll see the co-listing agent on MLS, but again, it does not display on most sites. So when there's a person that's not in our brokerage, their names will pull up here, but our person will show here. Okay, and let's see, that one there is done. That one's done. This is that new one we did get, Beleza Drive. And so it looks like we have all of those. So let's go. You have to X out of these tabs. This is a very old interface. It handles a lot of things, so I'm not criticizing its age. It does work, but to do another search, you do need to X out in that market monitor and then go back here. And what we want to do is we want to see what open homes are listed. Right now I've got it set to 3 days forward. That won't cover through Sunday. So I'm going to change that to 4, refresh it, see if it changes the number of open houses. It didn't, but still, that's what you want to do. You want to make sure it encompasses the end of Sunday. So now click on the open house. You won't see anything. It doesn't automatically load. So you go to reports, expand tour open homes, and do the one that says MLS defined spreadsheet SRB. That's me, SRB. There are the 2. It's Ramon. He has his on for Saturday and Sunday. So we do know at this point Ramon has his on the list, and so we'll make a note of that. We won't know until typically the last moment, which will be Friday afternoon, whether or not the others plan to add their open house. So that's the information at this point, and we'll be back in to check it later. Right now it's Thursday at 1:40, so I'm getting some preliminary work done ahead of time so that it's not a last minute rush. Okay,